Hey guys, it's Brandon Gustafson. Welcome back to Assisted Living Investing. Happy to have you on the channel today. Just a reminder, my name is Brandon Gustafson. I own and operate two assisted living facilities out of state. And I created this channel to help you learn the process of how to acquire your own assisted living facility, the ins and outs, and help you get through the process so that you can get to the point where you also own your own assisted living facility and can get all the rewards that come with that. I just want to remind you that you can reach out to me on assistedlivinginvesting.net. Would love to see you over on the website. I've got some free resources over there, and would love to see you kind of join the newsletter. I'm going to be putting out a blog there here in a little bit, and I would love to interact with you over on the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. And then please just make sure you like the video, give me a big thumbs up, comment down below. Let me know if these topics are helping you, what topics you'd like to learn about so that I can create some content videos that are going to help you answer your questions and things like that, because you're not the only ones that have those questions. So I'd love to share what information I have, or I can do some research for you and figure it out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you get notified every time I put some new content out there. Doing those things are going to help other people find the channel and just helps us build this community. So please just interact and get out there and just support the channel. I would love to see you on the channel in the comments and things like that. And then make sure you follow me on my other social media platforms. Trying to get out content in those different areas, and would love to kind of build up our community that way so we can all support each other as we're going down this journey of acquiring facilities and operating facilities and learning that new process. In our last video, we talked about why do you need to register your business with the city and state. We went through a series of videos where we're kind of talking about that. And today I'm going to launch a series where we're talking about working with brokers and working with real estate agents and what that process is like. So today's video is real estate agents versus brokers. What's the difference? What is the difference between those two? I think a lot of times we hear people go through and they just kind of use those terms interchangeably. And so I want to make sure that we're clear on what they are so you have a good understanding of who you're working with and how they get paid and different things like that, and the different terminology that exists in this part of the world of real estate. Now, some of you might have a lot of experience in real estate, and that's great, but there are a lot of people out there that they don't, but they're interested in getting into assisted living. And so I want to share some of this information with them. So that they can better understand kind of what they're getting into and who they're talking to and what that process looks like. And so that's going to be the topic of today's video: real estate agents versus brokers. What's the difference? So first, the difference between a real estate agent and a broker. A real estate agent is an individual who's licensed to help people buy or sell real estate. The crux of what they do is they bring buyers and sellers together so that they can complete a transaction. They're there and help facilitate that transaction. And then a real estate broker is a real estate agent who has continued their education. They've continued on that path, and they've received a broker license. I know in a previous video I talked about how brokers will oftentimes kind of specify in a specific area. So you can get a broker that is in the senior living space. And those are some of the brokers that I've worked with. You could get one that works in commercial. You could get one that works in Airbnbs or whatever. You can find brokers that kind of work in these different niched areas that can help you out. But a broker is somebody that has continued that education and has received a broker's license. And they can work independently. They can start their own brokerage, which allows them to then hire other real estate agents. They can kind of build that out. So you can think of some of those bigger brokerages, like Newmark and Keller Williams, and Remax, and some of those bigger names that you're probably familiar with. Those are bigger brokerages, and they'll have kind of specific areas. But you can have smaller brokerages as well with a broker that has kind of started out and gone off on their own, and they're bringing in agents and they're building their own brokerage. So you can see a lot of that as well. So what does a real estate agent do? Real estate agents, they help to organize the transaction between a buyer and a seller. So they are kind of the go-between of those two parties, and they'll discuss offers and counter offers, and sometimes they play that middleman role. Oftentimes they're working with a different agent. So they could work on the same deal. You could have the same agent, the same broker, representing the seller and the buyer, or you can have a separate one representing the seller, a separate one representing the buyer. In that case, they're working together, those two agents, and they're talking to each other. They're more of the go-between. They're having the conversations. You talk to your agent or broker, they talk to that other person's agent or broker, and there's not a lot of interaction between you as the buyer and seller. There's not a lot there's more interaction between the agents. Another thing that the agents do is they make sure that all the parties are aware of the different requirements that are needed to complete a sale. So that could be things like home inspection, the different dates that are coming up, closing, the process there. They're just very aware of the entire process, and they then can help you through that process and help you, complete the sale. Listing agents, so that's the ones that work with the seller, they make sure that they are doing everything that they can to maximize the return for that seller. So they are an advocate for the seller. They're doing everything they can to help the seller make more money. That's their goal. So they'll do that through home staging, through marketing the home on the multiple listing service, the MLS, negotiating different fees and things like that. So that's what a listing agent does. They work with the seller. They have the seller's best interest in. Buying agents, so those are the ones that if you're looking to buy a facility, those are the ones that you're going to be working with. So a buyer's agent will help you find properties that match your requirements, and they'll help to negotiate terms that benefit you as the buyer. So it's really great to use an agent or a broker to help you find facilities, to help you negotiate things, to walk you through the processes as you're looking to purchase a facility. They are an amazing advocate, somebody that I highly suggest that you find and get on your team so that you can be more successful. Now, as far as brokers, with the understanding that a broker is basically a real estate agent that has furthered their education, they do much of the same work that we just talked about, but there are different types of brokers out there. So I just want to make you aware of the different types of brokers that you might see, or terms that you might see as you're looking at brokers. So number one is an associate broker. An associate broker is also a licensed broker, but they are choosing to work underneath another broker. They don't want to go off on their own. They kind of want to work under somebody else's license, essentially. This could be somebody that's kind of breaking into it so they can learn the ropes, or it could be somebody that's near retirement and they just don't want the headache of running their own brokerage anymore. Generally, those associate brokers are not supervising other agents. There's a managing broker, and these are brokers that oversee the transactions and daily office operations. They're kind of the ones that do a lot of the work, and they hire and they train and they manage other agents as they come into the brokerage. They also do that with administrative staff at the office. And so they're kind of in charge of a lot of the things that are going on, the daily operations of everything going on in the brokerage. And the other one is a principal broker. A principal broker is somebody that kind of supervises all of the other agents to make sure that they're in compliance with state and national real estate laws and regulations. And each broker has at least one designated principal broker. They're kind of in charge of everything, making sure that everybody is complying with the different rules and regulations that are ever changing in real estate. So to recap today, we've been talking about real estate agents versus brokers, what's the difference, and kind of giving you a good overview of what those are, and just so you have a good solid understanding of the types of people you're going to be working with as you're trying to find a property that's going to meet your needs to find the location that you want so that you can have your own assisted living facility. We reviewed the difference between a real estate agent and a broker. We talked about what real estate agents do, and we also talked about the different types of brokers. Now, next time we're going to be getting into why you should work with a broker. We've gone over the difference between the two, but I really want to harp on why it's important that you work with a broker, because working with a broker is going to be key. If you want to be successful, if you want to find an opportunity that you can close on and find a good, solid opportunity that's going to allow you to be successful in running a facility, why you should work with a broker to help you do this, because it's going to be the best decision you ever make. I promise you. If you go and find a good broker, it's going to make your life so much easier. So we're going to cover that in our next video. I just want to remind you, make sure you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, comment down below, leave some comments. Let me know your thoughts and your insight on real estate agents versus brokers and who you've worked with and your types of interactions there. I'd love to see that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you get notified every time I put new content out there. I'm putting content out there twice a week and would love to see you on the channel, again, interacting with us. And make sure you get on all those social media platforms. I've got them linked down below in the bio and have links to them also at the end of the video. Make sure you visit me on assistedlivinginvesting.net. Would love to see you over on the website for free resources and to get access to the newsletter and the blog and the different resources I'm putting out there. I'm trying to make this so that everybody can have all the information they need so that they can be successful. And would love to see you in all of those areas so that we can grow together and help you be successful. And last, and in closing, just remember, it doesn't take a lot. It's just a little bit. Keep going. You can do this, and everything's going to work out. Thanks for watching.